Okay, so we work on cloud front. I'm not very excited about how they look, so I'm going to reduce height and bring a little bit down. So I want to have this top open a little bit. So this way we can bring from height maybe. Now let's go even take a little bit shorter and a bit more down. So I want this sky, I want open sky in these areas. Okay, so that is better right there. This is sky, it's what I was looking for. Okay, the density maybe is a little bit too high, so let's go set to 300 on our density. So we should provide a little bit more glowing going between our clouds. Right here you can see start glowing a bit better. Let's increase details because again I drop quite a bit down on this case, and maybe take opacity just a little bit down, so it should light penetrate a little bit easier right in this area where we have a smaller clouds. So right here we have a density. I think that one is work better. Okay, let's leave it right here. And we did work a little bit on our big cameras before, so let's then preload it. And this is our whispering kind of for all filler clouds. We can increase cover, up a little bit this, decrease details. Those ones is just to create uneven kind of lighting in our area. There you go, and let's go to ambient light. Set them a little bit on a darker area for this. Okay, we also look on opacity. I think it's good. Maybe density to 1, just like very whisper kind of. Almost it's like a fog or something sitting there. Okay, and reduce altitude for this just a little bit. Around there. Okay, so now we go back to re-enable all of our clouds layers we created. Okay, it should create in a second pop. And there you can see how the overlay of them going on this area. Okay, let's now work a little bit more with the lighting. Okay, so we have our predefined the photometric settings for our atmosphere, and we'll just keep it in same lighting. So in the sky, fog, and haze, here's where we can modify some to add more coloring or other elements. So one, for example, if we change sky to leave it just a little bit even, you don't need very dramatic, just a little bit adjust on the sky color, you'll notice how it's become cyanish, kind of a little bit more after refresh in some areas right here. And personally, I like this play on the colors when we have a warm red and cyanish. So I will keep it like this. Okay, next we're also going down. Altitude, we'll just leave it as default. Decay, remember we added stronger 34, and it's with add red. So again, if it's too much, we can always take down a little bit on the decay amount, which is remove some of the redness and introduce a little bit more cold color, bluish, so we can do with this one. Okay, let's second one, it's refreshing, and you can see it's add because of this a little bit more glowing and other element. Again, this has become more paint-alike look for our clouds. Let's go next. We have a haze and ground fog. If we're going down, if we increase haze, and let's just go all the way, it will add haze to all atmosphere and high, so it will lose some details on our clouds, but with the haze also we introducing a little bit more even on a coloring. So you can see we still have this clouds, but it's almost like bring down this range of those highlights. So I don't necessarily want to have it this much, but I think around 25, 27 it should will smooth a little bit of those highlights so they won't have it very high contrast on them. Okay, so right here is look. Okay, let's go next, fog. And problem with the fog, okay, let's bring up. As we bring fog, these particles on the low will start glowing. It's simulating real fog. So we will introduce a little bit more glowing in the lights on the bottom. However, we don't necessarily need to go that high. Notice right here, when it's refreshed, we introduce a little bit more glowing on the bottom. Okay, but again, can go down, and we'll take down to about 150 meters on the mean on hours. So I do want a little bit more glowing on the bottom, but I don't want spread all the way high on this. So we'll take our fog, 73, and again we'll drop down. Okay, glow intensity. This is first will glow intensity around the sun. So let me show you. If we're going crazy like 90%, you'll see how this area right here will start glowing, kind of light spreading. And it worked very well when you try to do maybe some burning or something, but you can see how much it's glowing spread. But I think now we lost all details of this. So we don't necessarily want to have it this high glowing. We want to go and click it down, maybe about 11, 10. But with scattering through our clouds, we can spread these lights a little bit more by scattering on instrument. So for example, if we go all the way to like about 95, you'll see how these clouds start spreading this glowing a little bit more. And again, this is need fine balance for your creativity. What do you think? How much it should glowing around there in atmospheres or less? The disk is not necessarily look very good. So but the too much. So we'll go maybe about 78. So we'll still have it see the disk of the sun, but same time maybe even a little bit more. But I want to spread a little bit of this glowing out. So you know what? Maybe even 70. Let's go with 0.80 on this. Okay, so right here we have this glowing right around this area. It's what I want. I don't necessarily want this sun have it very sharp disk. I want to have it kind of glowing, and that's what we try to do, but without affecting these other areas. Okay, clouds, we could always go negative, so we'll see how this is glowing right in this areas will start changing. And you can see we lost some of this edge highlights because now it's a negative. So one bring back highlights, and if we want more on the highlights, we can go higher level, maybe about 43. Now these highlights will have a quite a bit strong effect, and we want to have it very good. We want to have the balance between nice edge highlight, but don't go too far in. What will happen right now, you'll see the glow of this edge will go a little bit. You see how it's going too far in. Now it's overdone. So in this case, we'll just go a little bit to maybe about 15 and leave it right there. So we'll still have this edge glowing going, but it's preserved over the depth on the sky. So here you can see we have this nice yellowing, and we have a deeper color. Okay, aerial perspective we played before. Here's if we increase, let's pop up to about 3. You'll notice we start having a little bit more glowing because we have our ground and other element in the fog. But we problem with the increasing, it does give it us better effect on our plants. So we'll see have a little bit more layering of this, but we'll lose some of the details now of this lighting. So, but I think it's actually look okay, except sky. Let's go sky and just bring just a little bit more saturation, so just slightly. I want to add a little bit more bluish play on those colors. Okay, and because I add blue, you can see right here it's disk sun become more. So now let's go back, just back up slightly this way, and we'll increase a little bit on a glowing around sun. And this one maybe 7.6. So we kind of try to find this balance, what I'm trying to do between deep blue on the sky Sun will have this glowing effect, which is our point of attention. And there you go, we brought back some of this, but we still have this nice deeper color. Okay, let's go click OK now. Remember to always save your work as you go along. And we'll select main camera at this point. And you know what? I still think this will be too much of the gray. So we'll go maybe right around there. Positioning like this one maybe. The sun maybe need to go on the left. But I want cut a little bit so we know it's a ground. But I would say the clouds in this atmosphere we're creating, it's almost like painting, watercolor painting. And I want this to be our hero element. Okay, so we added a thing. It's good, look good right now. Let's check again our settings for the main camera. In some case, if you think it's too dark or too bright, we can always take our exposure a little bit down, maybe by point. You can see it's come up a little bit darker, but let's leave it for now 0 as default. Natural film response, let's give it as a little bit curving, better when we start doing. Maybe we just leave it like this default. Yeah, let's do this way. Okay, no exposure, nothing. No lens glare, so we don't care about all of these settings. We'll click OK. Let's go to render. We'll want to render at least on the final. And I'm going to HD resolution just for the test of this. I will leave it all here. Z map enable, so OK on this. And I'm going to atmosphere editor one more time. And quality boost, I want to set at least 1. That will increase render time quite a bit, but I want smooth. I don't necessarily want the grains in our atmosphere. Actually, speak about this right here a little bit. I still don't like it. So let's go to our clouds and take this down to maybe 0.8 because some of those elements right here we're losing. So I want to bring them a little bit back, those areas. Let's preview. Okay, maybe it's a little bit too much, so let's go back to 12. 11, 12, maybe a little bit better. Right there. Okay, so at this point, I'll go ahead and click OK, and we'll start rendering. So I'm going to pause this tutorial. It may take some time to render with the clouds and all the settings, and we'll come back when the render is done. So right here we have our render completed. It took 3 hours 20 minutes, so it took a little bit time on these clouds. The first was rendered quite a bit fast. Again, because we do increase resolution and quality on this. A few things what you can play around. You can see right here we have multi-layer on a cloud. We can separate them more by maybe add density or ambient to local one to close up, so they create kind of more interesting look to this. But overall, I think this is good image to render. In the next tutorial, we'll look how we can enhance even more. And to enhance this image, we can do also create 3D if you want for this image. Right here you can see how it's look cloud. We can upload it, and this is popular. I done this with another images as well. And we're going to save as HDR, high dynamic range image, and after process in other applications. So let's go ahead and if you're interested in post-processing, I will recommend for you to go in the next application, next tutorial.